Welcome, welcome. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, oh no, guys. I don't know why I'm half laughing over here. I don't know why, but I am. I am. Okay, so this is a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross watchers. Also for the people who find themselves on this video without any Pisces anything, but you resonating hella hard. So let's get started. You're calling things to you. Let's just be blunt about it. You are calling things to you, okay? You're definitely calling the very things that need to be called, which scares me. 81% at 1010. It kind of scares me because it's like, what exactly do I need that I don't know that I need? That's being brought to me. All right, let's just get started. As I'm pulling the cards, I just wanted to remind you guys, please, please, please share out the link in the pinned comment. That's the link for my brother's GoFundMe. We are kind of crunch time trying to find him a place to stay for at least a year so that way he can be stress free and focusing on recovery for his heart. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'd like to talk about it a little bit more, but I just cry every time. I put on lashes specifically so I wouldn't cry. It's just hard. It's hard. So I just want to keep it like surface level type of reminding. Nervous laughter. Okay, so you're bringing to you the very things that you need, right? These are lessons and connections. Connections. What type of connections? They can be any type of connection. They are based in soul. What that means is these connections are very, very deep. They're going to be people, maybe one, maybe more. There will be something coming back to you. Okay. And y'all, if you want to kind of just diminish the gravity of this by saying, oh, the twins coming back, that's up to you. That's up to you. That's up to you for real. For real. Okay. It could be anybody, really. It really could be anybody. I've had quite a few different people from the past message lately. Yeah. Uh, it was before I even said anything about what's going on with my brother. So, yeah, it could be anybody. It could definitely be anybody. And they didn't message to start or rehash drama or any of that. It was just like, hey, how are you? So there you go. All right, let's get started now. Ooh, the energy is so thick. Thick like how I wish my legs were. My legs are so far from thick. Like, no, they're scrawny. So here we go, guys. Here we go. Princess of Spring, optimistic and enthusiastic, creative, energetic. It's time to go after your dreams. Do something that expands your horizons. Let your creativity take flight. So there are a lot of things, again, just it's okay. The reason I keep using the phrase a lot of things is because as Pisceans, be honest with yourselves, we put all of our things off to the side far too often. All of the stuff that we need to do for ourselves, for our growth, for our day to day, it's shelved because there's everyone else that we need to take care of and save. And I want to make a very clear distinction. It's not necessarily that they need us to do this for them, it's more like we're choosing to volunteer to do it. Okay. So we have to get everything in order within ourselves. We don't necessarily need to like rank things as far as what needs to be done first or any of that, but we have to get ourselves in order, meaning realigning all of our parts so everything can come back together as a whole being. We have been consistently existing as a fractionated individual for so long. For so long. Like, we take parts of ourselves and we give them away. If that's not enough, giving away parts of ourselves, then we go ahead and portion off parts of us inside ourselves to reserve it for someone else. What is left for you when you do that? Not much. So now you have to get creative in the way you're going to accrue energy, like really, like I see like a storehouse. Like you gotta create some sort of storage within yourself, where if you find yourself becoming very depleted, then you have to pause and mentally enter that storehouse and allow yourself to be rejuvenated. There's nothing wrong with setting things aside for yourself. And I know that's very difficult for empaths and Pisceans to do, but there's nothing wrong with that. You can definitely do that. And the people who have a problem with that, well, they tend to be the very ones that are draining you. So fuck them. For real. Like, all seriousness. Fuck that shit. You are not here to be a martyr. As much as you'd love to volunteer to be one, to help other people, not everyone you want to help needs the help. I'm just saying, not everyone you want to help actually needs your help. We need to begin recognizing, and I struggle through this too. We need to begin recognizing when the help is needed and when we are doing this help because we have an internal need to be needed by other people. Ah, shit. Did you notice that? That you have this need to be needed? Because I find that many Pisceans, many empaths, we struggle through this thing where unless we're doing something for you, we feel like we have no use. There's no way you're going to want us to be around unless we're offering something. So now we're going to consistently offer things so that you can consistently want us around. If you do this, okay, if you do this, just know there are people that exist in this world right now who want you around just to be around you. They're not in it to gain anything, not for the clout, not for whatever the new hip term is for users. They just want to be around you. There's just something about your energy that causes them to feel as though, wow, you have a brand of magic I've never experienced with anyone else. Hold space for those people, not the people that you have to go out of your way to prove that you deserve to be tolerated. That's some shit, right? Just hearing it put in those terms. I have been going out of my way to prove to you that I deserve your tolerance, that I'm worthy of being tolerated by you. That's like bottom barrel. Why do we keep selling ourselves short? Why do we keep putting ourselves on spiritual clearance? Why is that? Why is that? Is that because we have taken in other people's insecurities? We've owned them, and now we truly believe that all we deserve is to be tolerated? Ah, I don't know. I don't think you only deserve to be tolerated. I kind of feel like you need to get to a point where you're not afraid to be, alone. And when you do that, you can then become accustomed to just being your most authentic self. And in that becoming more of who you actually are, you are now going to attract to you the people who can appreciate you where you are, how you are. This is a process. This is definitely a process. If you can't get creative in the way you swing through these events of your life, You're probably going to continue to be stuck in a mindset that does not allow you to free yourself. This is the type of mindset that will keep you shackled to the very people who tolerate you. They just tolerate you. You deserve more than being tolerated. You deserve to be celebrated for the being that you are, knowing that however you are right now, there is still room to grow, but it's important for you to recognize you are perfectly you right now in this moment. There will always be room to grow, but there's always a need for you to accept yourself where you are right now. Not just existing in the past where you believe you've accomplished something and now you can't let go of that. You're trying to recreate that. So long as you continue to recreate, to try to recreate things that have been already outgrown, relationships, lifestyles, bank accounts, you are stuck living in the past. I don't know about you, but yeah. uh yeah. No, I don't necessarily feel on a personal level that living in the past is going to help my future because I'm not even present. And how can you tap into the future when you're not even present? You're shackled to an event that you have identified as a culmination of your worth, failing to realize you still have so many years of growth before you can actually begin to understand how valuable of a piece of consciousness you actually are. The me that sits before you right now is a completely different me than in my teens and 20s. Completely different from my 30s. Shit, I'm even a different person from last month. And if I don't allow myself to continue to grow, that really amplifies the distortions. That really, really amplifies my inability to free myself from the mental, emotional, spiritual, societal, familial shackles that have been placed on my wrists. Many of us don't realize these are shackles. We think they're golden bracelets. Oh, we think they're golden bracelets. You know, I remember as a child, in the culture that I'm from, they like little girls very adorned and just females, period. They like you very like dripping in gold and diamonds. And I was such a tomboy. I'm still a tomboy. I was so masculine in my, interests. And I was forced to wear earrings and necklaces and rings and bracelets. And I hated it. I hated it so much. So fucking much. There's no need for someone still in their single digit age to wear fucking 1 carat diamond earrings. That's just stupid to me. It still represents to me that shackle. Like I have to conform. I can't be who I am. That I should be ashamed that I don't behave feminine and play with dolls. That there's something wrong with me because I would rather hang out with the boys, get rough and tough, and play in the mud and touch wild animals. That there's something wrong. We have to begin recognizing sometimes the jewelry, the spiritual jewelry that we wear and really cling to because that's valuable. Those are nothing more than shackles. They really, yeah, they're nothing more than shackles. This is part of the reason why I don't wear jewelry at all. Like to me, in my mind, it's still like I react to it. I react to it because it's like I don't want to be shackled. I want to be free. I don't even wear a wedding ring. I have a bomb ass wedding ring, let me tell you. I don't wear it. I don't wear it. I tell my husband he doesn't have to wear a ring either. A lot of people, when they see us out, um, I don't know, maybe they think we're siblings or something. Yeah, no, whatever. Whatever. So, card number 36, listening for truth. It's in the stillness of the dark that you can hear with greatest clarity. So, if that's the case, why are we so afraid of our own shadow? Why are we afraid of our own internal darkness? Mental shackles again. Recognize where those shackles have been placed with this excuse of adornment, okay? If I behave this way, if I behave that way, more people will like me. I don't give a shit who likes me at this point. I really, really don't. I really, really, really don't. I recognize when someone is before me in a genuine manner, there's a connection, a genuine connection. Beautiful. I appreciate that. I cherish that. Excuse me. And then I recognize when people approach me for something they can gain from me, whether they're trying to build their business, they're trying to get information from me, they're trying to get me to provide services. I don't know, but I'm good. I'm good. And it's not that I only have to be paid. Excuse me. Ooh, that throat chakra clearing out. Ooh. Because people who know me, they know I've done a lot of shit for free. I don't advertise that. I don't tell anyone that. But my soul has to tell me, hey, that person right there, you need to do this, this, and this for them. No problem. No problem whatsoever. You don't even need to tell me thank you. You don't need to tell anybody. Just as a matter of fact, this was yours to begin with. Claim it. Forget my name. I didn't do anything for you. I'm just the delivery person. And how does that set me free? Because I'm not stuck playing some role. Hey, that's one thing my soul asked me to do. Check. That's off the list of to do things today. Things to do. Now I can continue just being my authentic self. I don't have to put myself on a pedestal and then worry about maintaining my position on that pedestal. I don't want no fucking pedestal. Y'all try not to put yourselves on a pedestal. Don't put anyone else on a pedestal. Shoulder to shoulder. You know, we got shoulder to shoulder. We got to be standing side by side, walking forward. We each have our own little lane, just like the lane that a piece of string uses as it's being woven. That's what we are. Each of us represented by a piece of string in a beautiful tapestry called life. We each have our own lane. And we intersect with different strings at different times, creating the most beautiful energetic patterning that we call life in human history. So now, dance with Ganesh, remover of obstacles. Give yourself over to joy. Your life will flow. Oh my God, that has so many different messages for me. There you go. Was Ganesh? Hold up. Ganesh father. Was that who was his father? What was that? Shiva. Sorry. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. 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 Sorry for yelling. I got excited. Sorry for yelling. So give yourself over to joy. Allow yourself to be shaped into the free form that you actually are. Does that make sense? Allow yourself to be shaped into the free form you actually are. The way you're shaped into a free form is by the destruction, the dismantling of your identity as you know it right now, because that's become a rigid thing. You can't behave outside of that formed box. The boxes need to go. Regardless how amazing the box looks, how other people fawn over the box, it's still a box. Boxes serve to organize, separate inanimate things. Also, boxes are used to store the deceased. Are you satisfied with being stored and treated as though you don't actually have the right to be alive? Are you I mean, that's something you just kind of need to think about, okay? That's definitely something you need to think about really, really hard. Is it okay for me to continue living by numbers And then, in addition to living by numbers, is it okay for me to continue to disregard my need as a soul so that I can cater to someone else's preferences? I don't know. If we're going to continue to use me as an example, me and my life, the culture that I come from at the time that I was growing, um, being devoutly Catholic and Filipina, all the things that I say in all my live streams would not be allowed. The public admitting that I'm different, that I have all of these questionable abilities, that's not allowed. That is not allowed. Mm-mm. When I had a shamanic episode where the final membrane that kept all of these abilities confined so that the public couldn't see it, when I finally went through that process and I had a huge mental breakdown and my family did not know what was going on with me. And one of my siblings at, I don't know, 10 o'clock at night went to our family church, spoke with the priest to get help because they thought I was demonic. They thought I was possessed. And the priest was too afraid of me. Why is that? Because my existence is not allowed. And if I allowed myself to continue to exist within those boxes and play the roles that societies and cultures tell me I am to play, none of you would ever hear any single thought that I've shared on all of these live streams. Where would you be now? Would you still be in a place where you are okay with other people pooping on you? And I'm not saying this as someone who feels like I changed your life. I don't think I changed your life. I'm just saying, y'all did that shit on your own. But simply witnessing me come out of this box, tear down the fucking box, use that wood to make myself a little throne. I'm just saying, now you're like, well, shit, I want a fucking seat like that too. Make it, make it. It's a DIY, DIY. You guys think I'm joking? I have dyslexia for real. It's for real. Card number 7, darkness, the moon. Whew, within your own shadows lies your greatest powers. That's where it is. That's where it's hidden. I want to know what my purpose is. Dive in your fucking shadow, then stop asking me. I mean, you're giving me too much power. Thank you, Aurora. You're giving me and anyone you ask what your purpose is too much power. You know why? I'm usually shown a lot of things about individuals. If I do readings, if your higher self just wants to show me, because sometimes I'll be like, don't show me that shit. The higher self is showing me all kind of stuff. And I'm like, I'm not going to say anything. I can't. Unless they ask me, I'm not going to. And the thing is this, what if what I see is tainted by my own life traumas? Then I've just fucked up your whole message. And you believe me so deeply that you're taking my words, my interpretations, as though these are the words of God. I don't think so. These are my opinions. This is always filtered through my filters. And if that day I happen to forget to clean my filter off and now it's like loaded up with gunk, every information that I pull in, it's going to be filtered through a gunky ass filter. You want to trust me with that? I'm just saying, I wouldn't trust me with that. Days I'm extra sour? I mean, yeah, no, don't fucking trust me with that shit. Discern for yourself. All of your answers are hidden within your shadows. You want to know why? Because that's the safest, most powerful place within your auric field. Why is the unborn child carried within the darkness of the mother's womb? Because that is the most safest place that child can grow undisturbed. Ain't that some shit? For all of us who's like, I want to just stay in the light, high vibe, high five, high five. High five on that shit. Go ahead and continue to cripple yourself. Go ahead and continue to throw away the most precious, most powerful parts of you. You go right ahead. You go through whatever process you need to go through. I will not correct you. I will not tell you that you're wrong and this, and this. And I'll just be, go on, play on, play on. Just do your thing. I'll see you in maybe 3 years. At which point you'll tell me, I fucking get it. That shit you said like 3 years ago, wow, I finally fucking get it. I'm like, good. See, you got there. With or without me, you got there. How's that feel? Doesn't it make you feel powerful? Doesn't it make you feel so beautifully unfolded? You don't need me. None of you do. None of you do. You join and you hold space with me and we kind of learn and share together, but at the end of the day, I could tell you exactly how to live your life down to the T, down to what time you should do this, and this. But unless you choose to do it, what I said doesn't mean shit. Give yourself the credit. You're the one that chooses to show up every single time the phone dings to let you know this crazy ass girl, she got something to say again. You show up. You show up for me all the time. Why can't you show up for you? You listen to me all the time. Why can't you listen to your own voice? Because really, when you resonate with me and you're like, holy shit, she called it down to a T, I was already thinking that. That's the key. You were already thinking that, but you refuse to give yourself permission to hear the words of your heart. And here's the thing, the heart's language is a song that's felt, not heard. I don't know if it's because I'm neurodivergent or what, but that's just how I know. Oh, how do you know if your heart's talking to you? You feel it. What do you mean? How do you know? You feel it. You can feel it. Well, I don't feel anything. Well, when was the last time you gave yourself permission to feel? When was the last time you felt emotions rising up and you didn't say, no, I don't got time for this. No, I shouldn't feel this way. No, that's already done. No, no, no. All you say to yourself is no. How about yes? How about let's see? How about give me a moment? Let me take a deep breath. All right, hit me with some truth. It's uncomfortable to hear the truth. It's uncomfortable to feel for the first time. It won't stop being uncomfortable unless you allow yourself to continue to become acclimated to the gravity of your truth rising. It's not going to be comfortable until you allow it. So, card number 13, false beliefs. Once the untruths that we believe about ourselves are illuminated, so are the ways we can realize or release the false limitations they confine us to. Let it go. Just let it go. Allow yourself to shed that coping mechanism that keeps people at a distance. Just let it go. Your wisdom sits on your shoulder. That sense of knowing, that's already with you. It's just a matter of you allowing yourself to recognize what you already know. Let it go. So be in the receptive divine feminine energy. How about this? How about trust in your soul's ability to recognize which energy needs to come forward first? The masculine or the feminine, and for how long it needs to stay forward, and in what ways this forwardness of this energy will help the energy trailing behind it. There's no one way to be. And if I were to tell you, do this first, and that's probably true for me, that would work for me. But are you me? How could I ever sit here and behave as though I'm an expert of you, that I know you better than you know yourself, when I haven't been present for every single event of your life? Thank you, Michelle. This is the thing that's going to blow your mind, okay? I haven't been present for every single event of your life, so I don't know what you've been through, how it's affected you, and why you live the way you live right now. There's been one thing outside of you that's been present for every single event of your life, has never left your side. You want to guess what it is? I'll tell you. Your shadow. Ooh, I need some CBD. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. Your shadow. Let that really sink in. Let that really sink in. So wait, my shadow's not evil? Well, why did you think it was evil? Someone told you that? Was it someone who told you that? Was it religion? You know? Um, Having lived a large portion of my life, I'd say about 75% of my life devoutly religious. Because let's face it, although I'm not religious anymore, my life is devoted to divinity. That's just, there's no questions about it. But for as long as I was religious, it didn't quite fit. And I'm not encouraging you to not be religious. I'm sharing my journey. It didn't quite fit because guess what? Everything that I was taught induced fear within me. And I couldn't understand, like, why should I be afraid? Why am I always afraid? Didn't God create me to be something and I should just trust that? Why do I always have to see myself as negative? And then my thoughts continued. Wait a minute. This is the very fucking organization that launched Holy Crusades. They used God's name to fucking slaughter people. Why the fuck am I listening to you? You justified the slaughtering of so many people. I'm not fucking listening to you no more. Fuck that shit. I'm on my own now. And then I went shopping for religions. Why? Because I was too afraid to stand on my own. I needed an organization to back me up. And then I went through things in life that helped me to realize I got my own fucking back. I am that strong. And there's nothing in this world that will ever convince me anymore that I'm less than what I actually am. Even though I don't know what I actually am, I don't know my actual purpose. I get little tidbits, and that's okay. Because now I've come to a point where I fully embrace. I will know what I know when I need to know it. And until I need to know it, it's just something that's over there somewhere in my auric field. It's still my truth. I don't need it right now. But the moment I do, whether I recognize it or not with my conscious mind, that bitch comes forward and is like, how shall we serve you, madame? Okay? We have to stop trying to live to know things that we don't actually need. Because a lot of the things that I sought out, a lot of the information, I have an insatiable need to learn. A lot of that information really, it really has nothing to do with what you need to know. They might be small components that help to kind of push you towards a different direction of information harvesting. But do you really need to know that? Probably not. Probably not. And I've also found that the times where I feel like I need to learn something so that I can have intelligent conversation with other people, that's a distorted ego based thing where I feel like if I don't sound smarter than you, then you won't value my presence. I no longer need to sound smarter than you. I just don't. I love being around people who know more than me. And now I'm not afraid to just really sit there and be like, tell me more. Tell me more. And then what happened? Where did you read this? Oh my gosh, what book is that? What page? Ooh, who's the author? What other books have they written? You know, I don't need to be like, oh, well, let me shift the topic to something that I know so I can feel as though I'm contributing to the conversation. Allow yourself to be surrounded by things you don't quite understand. That is the most surefire way to encourage pronounced and profound growth within you. When you always got to be right, when you always got to be the smartest one, uh, that's because you feel this small. It's true. You feel that small. And that's okay. You won't feel that small forever. But as long as you stay in that mindset, yes, you will. You'll stay that size. If you allow yourself to exit that mindset, allow yourself to learn, to be exposed to things that you know nothing about, so that way you can begin understanding, you'll learn a lot. You will learn a lot. Everything that I've accomplished in my life is because I've exposed myself to the people who are already established within that field. And so now I'm learning. Now I'm growing. And it's not that I'm copying their business model, it's not that I'm copying their brand. It's that their presence triggers within me certain areas within myself that are now being infused with creativity. Thank you for inspiring me. Well done, guys. Sorry, guys. So here goes 39 perspective. A calm and clear mind is free to see differently. A calm and clear mind is free to see differently. Let that really sink in. And can you guys hear me now? Okay. I had to turn off the sound. My brother was calling. I wasn't sure if it was some sort of emergency. Sorry. So, a calm and clear mind is free to see differently. When you concern yourself too much with other people's words, other people's perceptions, their point of view, those are their opinions. Those are just their opinions. And if they're on a different path than you, if they're at, if their purpose is different than yours, how does that fit into your own learning about yourself? It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. I come from a family where I literally was groomed to be some sort of medical professional. But worst case scenario, I was going to be RN, BSN. Ideally, I'd be a cardiothoracic surgeon with secondary emphasis in neurology and ER. That's not me. If I allowed myself to continue to be so preoccupied with fulfilling a role that other people were telling me that I needed to fill, I wouldn't be live streaming right now. I really wouldn't. I'd be perfectly content in keeping my mouth shut, because anyone who's seen me in real life, I don't talk much. I don't talk much. So, bravery, oceans, card number 30. You have to become brave beyond your concept of brave. You have an ocean that exists within your heart. Okay? That ocean within your heart cannot, will not, does not drown you ever. Allow your world to go ahead and float you above the water if you're still too scared. Allow yourself to begin really exploring your life. Origin of all goddesses, mother energy pours forth. Ooh. The ocean within your life is your birth water. That's the water from which your mother's love overflowed. I don't know if you know that. In energetic terms, That amniotic sac you exist within, that is your auric field. That is a physical manifestation of your auric field. And that water, your birth water, is the very hydroplasmic energy that overflowed from your mother's heart to cushion your travels until you come to being. That's just some deep ass shit, you guys. Regardless of the relationship you have with your mother now, the struggles, at one point, she loved you so much, she gave you her food before she took it into herself. She gave you her breath without a second thought. She gave this to you without hesitation. She took in your toxicity, took care of it for you without hesitation. She housed you. Remember that. When you're in the height of a toxic cycle with your parent, remember that. And so that way you can begin to separate yourself from that toxicity. At one point, you loved me and my form before your own. I'm going to let you do that toxic shit on your own. I'm not going to participate in that. Your life toxicity will not be allowed in, just like when I was still in your womb. That's not allowed. It's not allowed. And when you tell yourself that, the struggles that you have within yourself, because of the struggles that you have outside of yourself, they begin to balance out and you begin to understand. Me personally, I began to understand this is what I needed to grow into the person that I am, to become the mother that I am. Everything worked out perfectly. Not perfect in the definition that society sets, but perfect in the most elevated, expanded spiritual sense. Made me strong. It made me independent. It made me recognize all the ways in which my feminine energy will not be used against me, to confine me, to disempower me. Fuck that shit, because the masculine in me will never, ever, ever allow the queen that resides within to bow to anyone. And that's how you then become free. Recognizing that everything that's happened in your life has brought you to this point, and at this point, you are sharing space with me. And as we share space, I'm holding space for you to be who you are. Fuck what anyone else thinks. Fuck that shit. We're sharing space. There are walls that exist around us right now as we share this space. And for this brief moment, you are absolutely free. You are outside of the box. That box had to be left at the door. No entering this space while you're still in the box. We ain't got no space for that. All I have space for is the truth of who you are, as you are right now, not the potential of you from 5 years from now or whatever, who you were back. No, I'm talking about the you right now. You're enough to me right now as you are. You're perfectly enough. Without the boxes, without the, extra adornment. How does that feel? How does it feel to know that there is at least one person in this world right now that believes in you more than you believe in yourself? How does that feel? And however that feels, keep that. That's yours. The gifts that I give, I don't take it back as soon as you leave this space. Keep it. It's yours. Keep that feeling. Hold on to it. And every single time someone tries to diminish you, take that feeling out of your purse. Take it out of your purse. Hold it back to your heart. And say, fuck you. Someone believes in me. I don't need to hear what you have to say. I can feel it right here. I can feel it. Someone believes in me. Someone out there knows I don't need your shit. I deserve more than what you can give. And then keep walking. Card number 31, intention. Lacking personal direction begets confusion and life as a pawn to someone else's game of chess. They can't keep playing that game if you refuse to be a piece. They just can't. They can't continue to play this game with you if you're not present. Have you ever tried to play chess with someone who refuses to sit down? Yeah, I ain't got time for that. I really don't. Yeah. And that's okay. People have a problem with me not having time to play games. Find someone else to play with then. And I have no problem saying that to people. I'm tired of waiting for you. Don't wait. Don't wait. I got my own things that I have to do. You got your own things that you have to do. Go do your things. Stop concerning yourself too much with me and my things. If our paths cross again, they cross again. And if they don't, I hope you have an amazing life without me. And I truly mean that. I celebrate all your future successes. Hope you feel it in my absence. That's it. Leave it at that. Just leave it at that. So, card number 19, growth, plants. You carry your growth with you. I hope you know that. You carry your growth with you. You don't have to remain stagnant in one physical location with one with one specific connection. Your growth travels with you wherever you go inside yourself as well as outside of yourself. Now is a time to really find your courage to truly, truly live. The worst thing that I can think of is to know you only have a handful of breaths left and to look back at all the things that you wish you should have done. All the ways in which your fear of other people rejecting you kept you from truly living. This is my one rule. If you wouldn't be around as I take my last breath, you don't get the honor of living by my side. If you're only here for the good times, go find your good times somewhere else. I crave a depth of connection that drowns most people. And I no longer have to feel badly about this. I exist at a depth that would drown most. And so long as I continue to exist in the shallows, I can't fully experience the gravity of my greatness. So if I have to be alone for a bit, a long bit, a short bit, a bit, then I have to be alone. But those who can exist safely at the same depth that I can, they eventually will cross my path. And I won't feel so alone. And that's okay. And however long it takes for that to happen is the perfect amount of time that I need to come to my own conclusions about my own path, about my own purpose, about my own worth. And I didn't need the distractions. And so, as soon as I come to terms with all of these things and begin my process of understanding and accepting myself, that's where they come. It's at that point they begin to arrive and they encourage. Anything before that, there's the risk of them becoming another thing that perpetuates the old cycles. Respect your process as it is. Stop trying to live your spiritual path in accordance with what someone else is telling you. Why do that? Have they been there for every single event of your life? Understanding how each event has affected you, long term, short term, whatever it is. No. So then why do they get such a say in your journey? Why is that? We don't know, do we? It's because of our fear of failure. It's because of our fear of our greatness. We don't want to be different. We don't want to be wrong. We just want to be all sorts of things that other people tell us we should be, that other people expect us to be. Well, how's that worked out for you your whole life? Because you've done this your whole life. If you're doing it now, I promise you, you've been doing this your whole life. How has it worked out for you? Do you feel accepted? Do you feel valued? That's harsh. That's harsh. Okay, these are not my words. These are Michael's, okay? If that has worked out for you in your life, if it's caused you to make you feel valued, accepted, loved, understood, then you wouldn't be online. Ouch. You wouldn't be here with me right now. Because let's face it, all of these things that we seek online, social media, all of these things, we're looking for something outside of ourselves to help us become more comfortable with things inside of ourselves. That's, hey, it applies to me too. I'm online, right? It applies to me too. I'm searching for something. I don't know what. And in that search, here I am, sharing space with you. And maybe I'm searching for you. Maybe you're searching for me. Maybe we can feel each other's needs and we're here present with each other, fulfilling all those little places where we feel we're lacking, failing to realize all we needed was a reflection of ourselves outside of ourselves to be able to see who we actually are. Mm, 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 mm. I'm just saying, Michael's on a roll today. Okay. Rahula, fierce planetary deity of the sky, confront the things that scare you the most. Oh, what? Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. To the left, to the left. Everything you own in a box on the left. In my closet. That's my stuff. If I bought it, please don't touch. Yeah. I don't think anyone else has a right to touch your things, your spiritual property. I feel like you need to begin allowing yourself this thing of like, if I show you, that's one thing. But you can't just go into my closet and start rummaging through my things, putting your nasty ass hands on my chones. Okay? We allow too many people to access our energy for no fucking reason other than because they sold us a line that sounded good. Just because it sounds good does not mean it is good. Just because it sounds good doesn't mean it is good. And keep talking that mess, that's fine. Can you walk and talk at the same time? Yeah. Escort them out as they walk and talk. Oh. So, card number 1, after the storm. There's a storm brewing within yourself as well as outside of yourself. We see this storm brewing within society as well. That's fine. People in society have gone fucking crazy. Let them do their own crazy shit until it's time to really knock that shit off. Let them rile themselves up. Don't waste your energy on that. Don't try and convince people to see things the way you see things. Just let them do that shit. When it's time to neutralize, that's when you take action. Okay. Now, card number 27, receiving. Allow yourself to receive the messages from your own soul. Not everything that I say in all of my live streams are necessarily a message for you. You can feel when it's a message for you. You can feel it. In fact, without even thinking about it, your body is reacting to it. How many times have you heard me say something and you found yourself? That is your body giving you a physical confirmation. Listen up, boo. She talking to you. She talking to you. I don't know who I'm talking to. I'm just saying. 3 of winter. Reach out to others for comfort and love. You will grow stronger from this situation. Sadness that will heal with time. So, sadness won't heal with time unless you recognize first what that sadness is about. Okay? If you don't know why you're sad, how are you going to know where it stems from? Like, what part of you stems? I don't know. Well, then it's like this equivalent of you've been cut. You don't know where, there's blood everywhere. You know, you got a bandage. Where are you going to put that bandage? I don't know. I'll put it behind my hand. I'll put it right here. But you're not cut then, motherfucker. Where are you cut? Where are you cut? The band-aid needs to go on the cut. And that's what we do. That's like the perfect analogy for how we treat ourselves. And for quite a few of us, actually, we don't even bother with a band-aid. We just go about our day bleeding on the very people who are not even present when you sustained that injury to begin with. That's some shit right there. Wow. How many of us carry all of our childhood, early adulthood traumas with us and put it on the shoulders of the person we claim to love? Mm, ain't that some ish? Like it's your job to make me happy. Ooh, I saw something online today, pissed me the fuck off. And I was like, see, that's why I shouldn't be on Facebook because it's bullshit. I was so mad. Let me see if I can find it. No, let me not find it because then I get all mad again. It was something about like, um, a man can love you, a man can this, a man can that, but a real man can hold you together to make you like, bitch, no. How about you be a real fucking woman and do that shit for yourself? Fix your fucking wounds and stop putting it on someone else's shoulders to fix you. Because if you can't fix yourself, you're the one that's the problem, not the person who doesn't know how to fuck to fix what you've been hiding. Oh, okay. Do you feel better now? Now that you got that off your chest? A little bit. A little bit. A little bit. I feel a little bit better. Just yeah. And y'all might be like, why the fuck you mad? Because I have nothing but sons, and it is not their job as a balanced, powerful masculine to pick up the pieces of your life. They need a fucking equal. And I'm so sick of this narrative that it's their job to be a real man. I tell you, I teach my boys. You bring home a crazy ass biznatch, your mama gonna teach her real good what her mama couldn't. They're like, don't be crazy, mom. I'm just saying. Oh no, I won't do anything, son. I won't embarrass you. I be so proud the fuck up. I have nothing but sons. Don't be fucking with my child. I'm just saying. I ain't got no earrings to take off. I'll beat you. No, I won't. Let me just calm myself. We need more CBD. That shit got me real riled up this morning. Mm. Mhm. Two of Summer. Falling in love or making a serious commitment to someone, forgiveness and the resolution of a problem. Don't give up. Your relationship can be healed. Mm-hmm. Someone's coming back to heal something. I assume you cut this mofo and they've slinked off into the shadows, bled the fuck out for however long there's been a separation. And now, they finally have a scab and they're coming back for more. Let me sharpen my shit up real quick. No, don't. I'm fucking around. Don't claw anyone. I'm just joking. I'm still all riled up over that fucking post. I was still riled up over that post. I was like, bitches, I hope you don't have daughters teaching other little women to act like that shit. I don't fucking think so. And I don't know if it's maybe because I was raised, I have nothing but brothers. And most of my friends growing up are all boys. I'm not about that shit. I'm not about that fucking life. I've never had a boy treat me wrong because fuck that. I get the feeling you playing games or something. You're thinking about, I'm out. I don't need that shit. There's too many boys in this world. I'm just sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, I hurt you? Well, I'm sorry that you expected me to behave like any other female out there that will take your shit because I won't. My lashes got you fucked up, huh? You didn't see the masculine savage in me because my lashes, you didn't get past the lashes. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna play that shit with people. Like you don't get to treat people that way. All right. Here we go. Final card. The impossible made possible. Okay, card number 9. Let me just calm myself down. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Card number 9. The impossible made possible. Love brings the sea into boiling and turns the mountains into a pebble. Love creates infinite openings in the dark sky and shudders the earth with its magnitude. She spins, this great earth goddess, upon invisible strings, almost a wildly pulsating ballet of life. Stars are born, live and die all around her. Life moves in constant flux, and still she spins in her great, loving, constant pirouette. How can this be? All of creation is born from nothing. Out of endless silence and darkness, light emerges. What strange magic is this? The sun heats the solar system and burns with a power to destroy life. Yet it's a force by which life is sustained. Surely this makes no sense and cannot be. We dance in the realm of the impossible made possible constantly, you and I. We are so engrossed in it, so familiar with it, and yet blind to it, that these constant impossibilities happening in every moment fail to inspire us. Yet, what are your biggest, boldest, most extraordinarily impossible dreams compared to this great impossibility of life itself? They are but tiny seeds in the Creator's masterful hand being now planted in the heavenly garden. Yes, they are being planted right now, for the moon tells us the time is right. Most tenderly shall they be watched over, nurtured into fullness according to the season. Yes, that growth is assured. The impossible is now made possible. We only limit what we believe to be possible by our lack of imagination. The divine has recourse to all that is and all that's yet to be. Is there any limit to the resources of the heavens? No. So then, why has not every impossible dream now been rendered possible, indeed manifest in shining glory upon the earth? The human heart knows everything and vision can manifest according to divine timing and grace. Yet the mind does quake with fear, so much so that it will not listen to the heart at times. That fear is a childlike nightmare, that should you offer yourself up to the sacred loving power of the great Creator, you might be found to be lacking. The mind holds itself captive with dark fantasies of that profound rejection and then avoids confronting it directly at all costs. It creates barriers instead, truly nothing more than lines in the sand, yet believed to be forts. But what strongholds can resist love? It is like water. It seeps into every available space and changes form to survive in every environmental condition. Without unfailing intelligence, it creates life. From steam to ice, rainfall, the river and ocean, rain descending into snowflakes, snow capping the peak, expressing itself with beauty and genius. It nestles under the earth and rises to the sky only to return to the earth again. It will erode blockages and prevail no matter how long that process takes. It carves the earth into shape and form. Where it is, there is life. Such is the adaptable intelligence and persistence of water, just as is the power of love. So now you're guided by this loving power to drop the doubt, shed the disbelief, and open up the mind. Allow your imagination to be inspired as though you are a child in a great garden, hearing the breath of the earth in the wind whipped leaves, in the voices of the ancestors in the bird song. The universe wants something to happen for you, something beautiful, something utterly improbable, and something perfect for your path, your own unique divine destiny. Your mind will wonder if it's even possible. People around you may wonder the same thing, but your heart will burn for it to become real, to become more than a fantastic, improbable dream. You'll want it with all your soul. You may not even be aware consciously as yet what this great desire is, but your heart knows. It holds the secret knowledge and will unveil it when your mind can handle it. When your heart is much more powerful than your mind, you won't unintentionally block the incredible grace of manifestation seeking to pour into your thirsty soul, like the sweetest, purest waters of a blessing. Mm. Ooh, love is like water, and you are a water sign. You are a physical manifestation of the power and grace of divinity. That's why, as empaths and as Pisceans, you have the ability to forgive and overlook so much to the point where it becomes enabling. You have to use your ability responsibility responsibly. You have to use that ability responsibly. You can't just continue to empower other people's distorted beliefs, abusive behaviors. You have to find the courage within yourself to fulfill the role that you, as a drop within an ocean, came into this life to do. It is to terraform the environment that you exist within, your circle of friends, your family, your city, community, region, state, country. And we terraform by simply existing. Does water have to do anything outside of be water? How was the Grand Canyon formed? In response to water being water. The places in which water was rejected, the water found a different way. It didn't sit there and wallow on the fact that it was rejected by something that it was not compatible with. You don't have to feel so utterly rejected every single time your energy and your purpose is not compatible with a person you choose to force to be compatible with you. This applies for friendships, relationships, twinships, parent child relationships, business partnerships, everything. When it's not compatible, it's not compatible. Do you know how many CBD companies have approached me? How many I've spoken to and I haven't said a word because it's just the profit would be good, but it's not in alignment. It don't feel right to me. I don't care about the profit. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel safe for my heart, my intent, for what I will share with the people, all of you who trust me so blindly. It didn't feel right. So I never shared it. I didn't sit there and wallow about the rejection of the proposal, of the what, of the what, of the what. No, when it's time, it's time. The very thing that you need will find its way to you. And to share, um, the owner that I met with for the CBD company that I've been really loving this fucking line. Um, he was actually sharing with me that he was like, I'm not going to look for any kind of influencer or any of that. I'm just going to set the intention out there that the right fit will message me. And then he was like, and then you messaged Blu-rays. Yeah, I think he's a Blu-ray for real. But that's the thing. When you allow yourself to be free to continue on your path, you don't get stuck. You don't get shackled to that disappointment. You don't get this continuation of like, it's because of me. No one likes me. No one this and that. That's a very, very common thought. I still struggle through that. I'm not above human struggles. You thought I was? I'm not. I have these weird things, moments where I'm like, oh my God, no one wants to hear any of this shit. I'm a fucking extra mess today. I can't go live today. I this and I that. And then Michael's like, are you sure that's what you want to do? And then I'm like, okay, I'll go live today. Okay. I don't want to, no, I'm sure I want to go live today. Why is that? Because I know my refusal to flow with my path will create so much unnecessary struggle and pain for no fucking reason other than because I chose to punish myself by not allowing myself to flow like the water that I am. Be like water. Be like water. And if you think the only people that are worthy of you in your time are those who are cups that are already full, the cup is at its most useful when it is emptied. I think it was Bruce Lee that said that. I'm just saying, maybe you're the cup and the water. Maybe when you allow yourself to pour out all of this distorted belief that other people who know nothing about the truth of you have filled you up with your entire life, maybe when you empty that out, you then have space to receive your truth, to really, really receive your truth and allowing yourself to live in such a free way. Such a free way. I promise you. When you allow the people who are not in alignment with you and your path at this point, who don't have a resonance with you, When you allow them to go about their merry way, space is created for the people who can meet you where you're at, who have the willingness and ability to continue forwards and upwards. Don't allow your loyalty to betray you. That's what Michael said. Don't allow your loyalty to betray you. And I'm assuming what he means by that is your loyalty to someone who refuses to grow is betraying you. When they don't want to or are unable to rise in dimensional level of consciousness, your loyalty to stay right by their side is forcing you to remain phase locked in that lower level of consciousness. For as long as you are loyal to that, you are actively betraying yourself in your own growth process. And this isn't about, yeah, unless you can benefit me, I don't want you around. This is about, what are we doing here? Am I here with you because I'm afraid to move forward? Or are you here with me to kind of make me feel a little more uncomfortable than what I'm comfortable feeling uncomfortable with so that I can be pushed forward? Well, what is it? Am I just afraid that if I let you go, I'm now free to rise? Is that what makes me afraid? The answer is different for everyone. It's different for everyone. Find your answers within yourself. Dive deep into your shadow. Stop being scared of yourself. Stop being scared of your history. Stop being ashamed of who you are in your perfect form as you are right now. You're not here to be understood. You're here to be witnessed. And it's in that witnessing and a period of processing what has been witnessed that people will begin to understand. You didn't just show up here understanding me. You showed up and you witnessed and you processed. Oh shit, this girl makes sense. She's a little bit crazy, but she make a whole lot of fucking sense. How does she know this? What is it you think I know? Because I don't know you. It's fucked up to say, but it's the truth. I don't know who's watching with me right now. I don't know. I do know me. And one of the most powerful things that I could give someone else is a sharing of what I know about myself. Boom. That's your gift. You want to save humanity? You want to be a gift unto others? Learn yourself, cultivate yourself, and present yourself as a gift to be witnessed. This is a good place for us to stop. Church is out. I'm joking. I'm joking. I did want it to be a pastor for a little bit. Y'all, don't take me too serious. Take serious what your heart tells you, hearing the words that I say. That's what you take serious. Not me, you. I'm just a messenger. That's it. I'm just here to share my truth, my opinions, and to free you to decide how it fits with you in your life. If it's a piece that's been missing that will help you find the missing piece, beautiful. But at the end of the day, whatever growth you experience, that's because you loved yourself enough to do so. And you're the only one that gets credit for that. Not me, not anyone else. You committed to your growth. So give yourself credit for that. Celebrate your accomplishments. Don't celebrate the messengers that are delivering the pieces that still need you to piece it together. And that's the truth. That's the truth. So please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. I do readings for all the other signs on TikTok. Also asking again, if you guys could please continue to share the GoFundMe link, Fight to Live BBJ. It's in the pinned comment. My brother and I so deeply appreciate all the support, all the messages. People have been messaging him. He's like, what the fuck did you do? Don't worry about it. Just answer people. So I love you guys so much. I will see you again very, very soon. Bye.